Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video. We're gonna be talking about Everyone Is You Pushed Out Toxic Edition. um, yeah, we're gonna talk about like how we attract toxic people. Can they be changed? How do we change toxic people? And we're also going to talk about how to go forward after coming out of a toxic situation. How the specific question that was asked was, okay, I get everyone as you pushed out, and I get that I've been creating this, but how do I now like trust people again after being hurt so many times, right? So we're going to cover everything toxic today. But before we get started, I am Olivia Grace. This is the Master Manifestors channel. Here I talk about law of assumption, manifestation, all that good stuff. So if you're into that, I'd love to have you be a part of the channel. I do have ways that I can help you in the description and probably in the pinned comment as well. So if you're interested, you can check that out. But other than that, let's get started. Hello, Ashley. Hi, Natoya. Hi, Beauty Alchemist. Hi, Anais. Hi, AW. Hello, everybody that is hopping in. All right, let's get started. So let's talk about, first of all, how do we, okay, let me, before I get started, because those of you who know me know that I usually strongly advise against manifesting a toxic person. And here's the thing about it, guys, is that yes, okay, to answer the question, yes, you can turn your toxic situationship, disrespectful boo thing into your loving, adoring husband, because any and everything is possible. And that is the actual truth. All right. The reason why I don't always root for that is that what is happening to you in the meantime? Okay. What's happening to you in the meantime? I've heard situations of people being in literally abusive situations, being physically harmed, and wanting to manifest this person back, okay? And I, in good consciousness, cannot advise people to stay in a situation where someone is physically harming them or even mentally harming them and tell them, oh yes, girl, just pretend he's not doing that and go in the corner and just affirm for him. Me personally, I'm not the gal for you. Okay. There are gals for you here on the internet. All right. However, we're going to talk about it. Okay. We are going to talk about it. And I'm going to put my loving, caring side that wants better for you than you want for yourself to the side. And we're going to talk all about how to do it. Okay. Because it is possible. And this can even be used for those of you who have, maybe your toxic SP is not a romantic person. Maybe it's your, like your parents or your mom or your friend or somebody who's in your life who can't go out of your life. All right. So, but let's start first with explaining everyone as you pushed out, because this is where everybody kind of has it fucked up to just begin with. Okay. So, all right. Everyone as you pushed out is understanding that this world, everything, every person, every experience, everything is a reflection of who you think you are and your beliefs and assumptions. Okay. Now, they are your beliefs and assumptions in form. Okay. Everybody is your beliefs and assumptions about yourself. Right? So I'm going to give you guys examples to understand this. All right. Let's say I have a belief that nobody likes me. Okay. I have a belief that I'm a good person, but nobody likes me. That's my foundational belief. Okay. That's a belief and assumption I have about myself. So no matter what, even if there is a guy that I really like and I'm hoping to gosh darn that he likes me too, he's probably not going to like me because I believe that nobody likes me. Okay. Now let's pretend my self-concept's good, right? For everybody that says, my self-concept's amazing, but what about this, right? You can still believe, okay, I'm amazing. I'm all that in a dime sack, right? But this person doesn't like me. Okay. People like him don't like me. Maybe you have him coined, right? Which gets into the next point. What do you assume about this person? Okay. What do you assume about this person? he's nonchalant, right? He doesn't really give too much attention to girls. He's just not that type of guy. He's a player, right? What story have you given to him? Now here's the part. Well, Olivia, he was a player when I met him, right? He was a player when I met him. He was nonchalant when I met him. It doesn't matter, all right? It doesn't matter what he was. Like, a lot of people say that, like, oh, see, it can't be my beliefs and assumptions because he was like that when I met him. That's where you fucked up there. Every single thing is based off of your beliefs and assumptions. And the quicker that you realize that, the less you're going to struggle. Okay? The less you're going to struggle, because then you can go right to the problem, which is your mind. Instead of going here and going there and la-di-da-di-da all over the place trying to figure out what's the cause. There is no second cause. The cause is always consciousness, whether you know exactly where it started or not. All right? And I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if that's toxic. I don't care if that's victim blaming or shaming, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is just this is the reality that we're playing. This is what we're playing in. Okay? Everything and everyone is an expression and a reflection of our beliefs and assumptions. All right? All right, cool. So it doesn't matter. But the moment that you realize, oh, I have him coined as a player. I have this person in the box of he's a player, right? He would never treat me right. That's when you want to shift it. It doesn't matter where it came from. It doesn't matter if that's just who he is. You want to decide that, number one, he's not a player, or you are the person that just makes him want to be loyal, makes him want to be whatever, right? Whatever the assumption that you would rather have about them. Okay? So what you're believing about this person. Now, here's where it gets a little picky. Why do people come to us fully formed into something that we don't really like? Why is that, right? The reason is because we have general assumptions about people. Okay? You have a general assumption right now, whatever your type is, okay? Let's say you like tall, dark, handsome, right? You have an assumption about that type of man. You have an assumption about what that type of man, if he's interested in you, okay? All right? If you want a man with in finance, 6'5", blue eyes, whatever it is, you have an assumption about that type of person. So before you even meet whoever, your assumptions are already determining how they're going to show up for you. Now, I experience everyone as you pushed out opposite, okay? So I can feel, because I'm aware of it, so I can feel how it works in me. And there will be certain people who, for whatever reason, because I'm a person that I'm going to be nice and kind to every person that I meet, unless you give me a reason not to be. But there are people, sometimes when I meet them, I don't like, something about me is like rejecting them. Something about me is like, I don't like them, right? And they're not doing anything wrong. It's not like they're like a bad person. It's not even like they have bad energy. It's just something about them is turning me off to them. And this person, you can tell that it's how they feel about themselves. You guys can see this too. There's people maybe at work or maybe wherever, people, or maybe in your friend group or whatever, that, you know, they don't have the best of luck when it comes to getting people to like them or getting people to get along with them or getting people to respect them. And it's something to do with them internally, right? Is to do, and we're feeling that, because me personally, I don't want to not like anybody. I don't want to feel like that about somebody. I would rather feel like love and happiness about everybody that is cool, you know? But how you feel about yourself, okay, let's say it this way. You might think like, oh, you know, this person is just a bitch, right? Oh, Tammy in accounting, she's just a bitch, right? That's just what she is. And that's why she's always rude to me. But is Tammy in accounting just a bitch? Or do you have an assumption about people who wear their hair the way she wears her hair, and you already knew she was a bitch before you even really talked to her? And so now she has to show up. You're only going to interact with her when she's in a bitchy mood. She's for some reason, she's not going to like you for whatever reason. She might even be picking up on your energy. That's like, I don't know about her. And she's picking up on like, I don't know about her. Whatever it is, like, people move to conform to the assumption that you have about yourself and about others and about yourself and relevance to others. Okay? Okay. So that's how everyone is you pushed out works, right? All right. Now, can you manifest a toxic person? All right. Can you manifest a toxic person? And guys, I'm going to go back and read your comments too, okay? Can you manifest a toxic person? Yes, you can. Absolutely. There's nothing you can't do, guys. So when the question comes up, can I do this? Is this possible? Yes. The answer is yes. Yes, 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 yes. Now, how though? Okay? How? You have to be able to drop the story of who they are as toxic, as whatever. All right. This, like I said, this could be your mom. This can be your whoever, your family member, whoever, your friend, whoever it is that you have coined. This is the thing, okay? Is understanding that you are the source of everything. That nothing is going on outside of your mind. Okay? Nothing is going on outside of your mind. So even this person, even if heavy on, because again, this is where everybody fucks up, heavy on, it does not matter if you know where, why, what, when, what caused this person to act like this or show up like this or what, it doesn't matter, okay? What matters is that at some point, like, and here's the thing too I want to say, okay? Because why do we have bad assumptions? It's literally how we're programmed to be. First of all, men and women are programmed to hate each other, okay? Y'all, I don't know if y'all see that, but both men and women are programmed to hate each other, okay? We're programmed to see everything terrible about the other and express everything terrible, and like, that's just how it is, okay? So if we're programmed to think that the opposite sex is horrible, it makes sense that when we're in relationships with them, they act horrible. And it's not even better in the gay community, right? The gay, like, from what I hear, the lesbian community, they dogging them just like niggas is dogging them. And in the gay guy community, I hear it can be a little toxic and messy as well. Okay? So if these are the foundational beliefs and assumptions that we have before, like, and I'm talking about before you're even old enough to date, you guys, we have these assumptions that we've picked up from reality about love, dating, the opposite sex, same sex, whatever it is, whoever you dating. Okay? It's already out there, right? It doesn't, like, oh, all men cheat and are narcissistic and are not emotionally available. All women are crazy and psychotic and don't take responsibility. And then you meet that inform and you're like, I don't know what, I thought you were the one that was different, right? Okay, no, you didn't. Not deep down. Deep down, you were expecting this person to be exactly what you thought, all right? You might have been hopefully wishing, okay? But this is what we're programmed to think. So, which is why you have to reprogram yourself, okay? But all right, you have this toxic person. You need to understand that they are in a role that you put them in, right? They are in a role that you put them in. So what role would you rather them be in? And as long as they're in that role, they have to play that role. The way that I say it, y'all know that witch off of, what is it? Snow White, right? Like when she's trying to poison Snow White and all, you're not going to expect her to like, you're not going to expect her to go take care of Snow White. You're not going to expect the witch to go find help for Snow White after she poisoned her, right? No, she's a villain. So she's going to do villain shit. So if in your mind, this guy is a villain, he's a bad person, he's a toxic person, to be honest, for you to even be on this video, unless you're just watching for kicks, but for you to be on this video and you're thinking like, oh yeah, my man, that's him, that's my SP, he toxic, bruh. He toxic. It's showing what you already believe. This is your assumption. This is your belief about that person, okay? And I saw somebody's comment up there who said, yeah, they successfully did it, but they don't recommend it. And here's why, okay? And here's the hard, cold truth about it, okay? is that yes, you do have to ignore them disrespecting you, talking down to you. You have to ignore this old version of them or put up with it, whatever. You got to deal with it until your assumption hardens into fact, until your new assumption hardens into fact. This is why I say, out of respect for yourself, out of safety for yourself, you should leave. You probably shouldn't stay there, right? You probably shouldn't stay there while you're doing it, but hey, that's on you. Do what you want. But yes, if you decide that this toxic person is worth it, oh, I love him so much. In reality, you're trauma bonded, right? In reality, this person is just making you feel loved, even if it's in the smallest and teeniest and most disrespectful of ways, right? They're making you feel loved, and you're addicted to that because you think that that's all that you're worth and all you can get. Okay, but whatever, it's the love of your life. Let's go with that. Okay, it's the love of your life. You want to change him. Oh, he's been through so much. Trust me, y'all. Listen, I be telling y'all this stuff because I know. Okay, I dated toxic guys. I definitely was like, oh, but he went through so much in his life. It was so hard for him. Oh my God, he didn't have his dad growing up. Oh, golly gee willikers. Okay, so are you gonna be the person that deals with that though? Like, you gonna deal with that? You deserve to deal with that because their life didn't go right? Whatever. Anyhow, I'm trying to stay on topic. So, all right, they're the love of your life. All right, then you have to ignore, disregard how they're showing up and continue to choose new. Okay? Continue to know, see the God in them. Okay? See the God in them. See the truth in them, because the truth in them is not evil. It's not toxicity. It's not being abusive, right? The truth in them is love and God, like it is in all of us. Now you got to be willing to dig through all that other shit to get there, okay? But you have to create a completely different version of this person in your life, okay? I did this with my SP as well, all right? So I created a completely different version of him. And when the old version would show up, I'd be like, I don't know who that is, because my SP would never do that. Like, being able to separate the two. Even those of you, like, let's talk about this, like in this, let's say you have a narcissistic mom that you just hate, which is sad, but it's reality for some people. You have this narcissistic mom. You have to completely drop the idea of her being a narcissist, of her never wanting to listen to you, not caring about your feelings, of her being this and that and this and that. And you have to create you a new mom, okay? You have to create a new identity for her. Who is she now? All right? Who is she now? Well, she always listens. And this is where full-on delusion comes from, okay? She always listens. She can't wait to hear how I feel. She can't wait to hear how I feel. She's always, and even better, revise, okay? I can't believe I haven't said that. Me and Princess say it at the same time. Revise that, nope, she's always been like this. Re-see her in your life being different, being there for you, listening to you, wanting to hear from you, right? Being kind and loving and open, being healthy, right? Same thing with your toxic SP. Being like, re-see them, see them as a different person, okay? Re-see your conversations, re-see the moments that solidified, this person is toxic. This person is a narcissist. Re-see, this is how I like to use revision when it comes, especially when it comes to a person, okay? Re-see the moments that they showed up as toxic or as whatever thing that you now decided that they are, and re-see them being different, okay? Okay. Now, you're persisting in that version of them mentally. You're not looking to the toxic SP or the toxic narcissistic mom in 3D and saying, why aren't you behaving the way that I just assumed you behaved, right? Why aren't you behaving in the way of my assumption that I made 2 seconds ago when I've had this other assumption about you for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, right? Okay? persist in it. You're persisting mentally. Once again, this is another reason why it can be difficult, okay? Is because, once again, yes, you have to be in the face, in the experience of the old version and consciously choose and return to the new version mentally, okay? It's non-negotiable. You can't sit here and say, Tommy's so toxic, and oh my God, look what he said, and oh my gosh, let me tell everybody, hey guys, my SP's toxic and I don't know how to get him to change. Like, you have to be able to take your attention off of what is and put it on what you want in the face of what is, okay? All right. And persist in that this is actually who you are. I don't even know who that is. I was like, this is like, when my SP, I was like, he's like Jekyll and Hyde. I don't know which evil twin version you are right now, but this is not my man, okay? It's not my man. My man would never do that. That's what I would say. My man would never do that. He would never do that. Like, I don't even know who you are. Literally, okay? All right. So, after, yes, you can manifest your toxic SP. You just have to kind of deal with the bullshit, okay? Until the new version emerges. Now, this new version already exists, okay? Because all versions of all people exist already. So you're not building a version, okay? This is another like misconception. Oh, the only way for, my mom to be better or my toxic SP to be better is to go to therapy, and they won't go to therapy, so this could never work, right? Stop looking to what needs to happen in the 3D. Nothing needs to happen in the 3D. Nothing needs to happen to the toxic version. The toxic version can live in their toxic life, in their toxic reality. You are calling forth the healed version of them, okay? You are calling forth the healed version of them. You are calling forth a completely different version that has nothing to do with the old version, right? A completely different version that has nothing to do with the old version. They exist independently of the old version. So you're not looking at them to fix and what do I got to do? And oh my God, right? I told this story a while ago, but I remember one of the coolest times that I did a significant change was I'm going to switch up some of these details. There was a person in my life, and this person had a cousin, and this cousin was extremely toxic, like to the point of like wanted to fight me. I never even met the person, right? Wanted to fight me, didn't like me. One was like trying to harm the person that I'm talking about, like was like trying to steal their identity, just all type of fraudulent, fucked up shit, right? And one day, me and this person we were literally just joking, which I gotta tell you, some of my best manifestations have been when I was just joking, right? But we just spoke it differently. We were like, yeah, what if she just found God? Like, what if she just had a spiritual awakening? Like what if she's just so like, yeah, she had a spiritual awakening. Like she's completely different change. Like we're literally like laughing, y'all. Within like a couple months, this girl reaches out to this person and is changed and talking about, I want the energy to be right and we need to heal our relationship and all of this other kind of stuff and da 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 and all this stuff. And to this day, her and that person are cool. Okay, her and that person have a good relationship, went through things, was still able to come back together and have a good relationship. Like this person has completely changed. Okay, it works. All right, it works. So, and once again, with that one, I was just joking. I was just saying stuff, right? Like I was just saying stuff to say stuff, but it worked because imagination creates, all right? Imagination creates, period. So there are infinite versions. And this is the thing. Neville says, no one is to be discarded. No one is to be discarded. No one is beyond saving. Right? No one is beyond saving. And so I always think of that, right? When because like I said, was it this video? It might have been the last video I did for the members, but I'm a person who can be guarded from people, right? I'm like very like on guard from people. And it like, a lot of times it's easier for me to just be like, fuck you, than to be like, than to see the highest version of you, okay? Like a lot of times it's just easier for me to do that. But because I'm a person who, for a long time in my life, was sacrificing myself for others, sacrificing my well-being and my happiness and my whatever for others, okay? So at the point of my state of consciousness right now, at the point of my state of consciousness right now, it very well may be a fuck you, okay? However, and I'm laughing, you guys, but I do realize though that that's a flaw in me, and that's somewhere where I can still come into my God state deeper. And that's the truth, because anywhere that I'm disregarding somebody or saying fuck you to somebody, I'm playing in separatism, right? I'm playing in separatism. Okay? And we're all one, and everybody deserves love and grace and forgiveness and la-di-da-di-da. I'm getting there, okay? But all right. So Princess, I don't even know who B Simone is. I think it's a singer. Maybe it's an actress. Maybe it's a Real Housewife of somewhere. I don't really know. But anyways, but yes, I say all that to say, if it's somebody who means something to you, if it's somebody who's going to be in your life, right? Like I said, like your parents, your parents not gonna, I mean, and it depends, right? Because some people are at the point, and this is what I mean. Some people are at the point with their parents and their SPs or whoever where they've just hurt them too much, okay? And I'm not gonna say hurt them too much to forgive them, because forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is not for them. Forgiveness is for you to lighten your heart, right? But it may be to the point where you just don't have the desire to be with this person anymore, or have this person in your life, or have holiday dinners together, and that's okay. I'm not like, I was very lucky when in the parent category. I had very incredible, amazing parents. Hey, Amaya. Oh my gosh. Hey, Rug. It's my niece. But I was like, Titi, who's calling me Titi? That's so weird. But anyways, yeah, I was very lucky in the parent category, and I know that that's not the case for everybody. And I don't think that just because your family, if people are disrespecting you, or every time you're with them you feel terrible and drained, like, I don't feel like you're obligated to be around them just because you guys share blood, right? But if it is for some of us though, some of us beneath the hurt, right? Beneath the hurt, do desire to have a connection with these people, right? Do desire to be able, for some of us, it's not all the way to where it's like, they're out of my life, like whatever. I still deal with them, but I just deal with them like gritting my teeth the whole time, right? It's worth it for you to revise that, to see them differently, to choose them to be differently and watch them be different, okay? But yes, once again, you do have to create a new story about them in the face of the old story, okay? You do have to create a new story of them in the face of the old story, okay? So create a new character. Be imaginative, you guys, all right? Be imaginative. Just think, just re-see it. Nope, it didn't go like that. It went like this. Think about the last conversation that you had with this person, right? It didn't go like that. It went like this. Lisa just reminded me of my last point, which is how do we move on, right? After we've been hurt by people, after, okay, now we know law of assumption, everybody's less pushed out, but now we've been hurt by people and we have a, general like distrust of people, right? Okay. This goes back to the foundational belief and understanding that everyone is your assumptions and form. That's the only way, you guys, because as long as you feel subject to what, I just hope I find the good one out the batch in the world. Nah, bruh. Nah, okay? That's not gonna help you, okay? You really, number one, start with yourself, okay? The only one to change is self. Start with how you assume about yourself. If you have a general assumption that people suck, right? Everybody's an asshole to me. Nobody's nice to me. Nobody likes me. Oh, people always lie and steal and deceive me. Okay, that you want to start there, right? No, I'm loved and adored by everyone. And move into the assumption, okay? This is what I be telling y'all. It's one thing to say, okay, let's say you're going to a party, right? It's one thing to affirm yourself, I'm loved and adored by everyone, but have that sick feeling inside, like, oh, but I know I'm going to go in here and they're not going to like me and I'm going to be rejected and oh my God, right? No, step into the assumption, right? Step into the assumption. What if it were true, though, that everybody loved me? What if it were true that everybody loved and adored me? You're going to walk into that party in a different energy, okay? In the assumption that this is true. And then when you walk in and somebody doesn't offer you a drink right away, you're not going to say, see, it's not working. Oh my God. No, you're going to persist in the assumption. No, everybody loves and adores me, right? Everybody loves and adores me. Then you're going, once you work on how you see yourself, right? Think about how you see others. What are your assumptions about others, right? What are your assumptions about others? If your assumptions about others is that everybody is terrible and everybody is trying to do something terrible to me and everybody's going to hurt me, right? You have to match up with those people. Once again, understanding that you're the source, understanding that you call it good. Okay? You call it good. You call whatever you want good. You're not waiting on people. You're not waiting on, I don't know, us to freaking elect Mr. Rogers as president and then say, yeah, the world's going in a good direction. Okay? Right? Like, no. You're deciding, this is the world that I live in, right? The highest timeline is another really, really good one, okay? The highest timeline, I'm surrounded by all the best things of everything. I'm surrounded by the best people, the best circumstances, the best everything, okay? All right. So what are your assumptions about yourself in relevance to people? What are your assumptions about people? What are your assumptions about your interactions in life? But I feel like really starting with, I'm always loved, adored, and cherished. I'm always loved, adored, and cherished. That's a really, really good basic foundational thing. And the other thing too of like, how do you trust again, right? Like understand that the trust comes from you. It's not from them, okay? The trust comes from you, not from them. You're not trusting people. You're trusting your assumption, okay? You're trusting your assumption. Before, you didn't know that your assumption was hardening into fact. Now you do. Okay? So that's what you're trusting in. It's not in them. It's in trusting yourself. Okay? All right. I want to end it on self-concept. Okay? So how you feel about yourself is what brings the type of people to you. How you feel about yourself is why you want the certain people that you want, okay? And this is something that you guys have heard me say in plenty of videos, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But this is the thing that I say to people that are like, well, I'm manifesting my toxic SP or my nonchalant SP or my whatever the fuck type SP, right? And it's not working, and why isn't it working, and all this stuff. Because for you to say that someone who does nothing for you or hurts you or ignores you or whatever is like, oh wow, he's just the best ever, says a lot about your self-concept. It says a lot about what you think about yourself. Okay? So when you think highly of yourself, you're not going to look on the ground for what's available. Okay? You're not going to be picking up your apples off the ground. Okay? You're not going to be looking at what's the you're not going to allow people to treat you any type of way and not only reward it but chase it. That's not attractive to you. When you feel good about yourself, when you feel like someone who is worthy of love and respect, right? Then that's a match to people that treat you that way. But when you don't feel like someone who's worthy of love and respect, then you're chasing crumbs from this person, and they won't even give you that because it's showing you how you feel about you. All right? So when it comes to everyone as you pushed out, what are your assumptions about yourself? Okay? What are your assumptions about yourself in relevance to this person? What are your assumptions about you? How do you feel about you? That's first. What do you assume about this person and your relationship? And then I need you to retell the story completely. Retell the story completely. Okay? Retell the story. Redecide. Put them in a new role. Okay? Decide they've had a spiritual awakening. They had a spiritual awakening. Yeah, they changed. They're completely different. Wow, they're unrecognizable. If you want to do a sat scene, like let's say it's you and your partner and you're like, he desperately needs therapy, right? See him in therapy. Maybe see him, I won't even say see him in therapy, but maybe see him or hear him telling you, I want to go to therapy with you, right? Have the inner conversation of not you dragging him there and him hating it, but him telling you, I'm ready to do this, right? What would imply that they are their healed version now, right? What would imply that they are their healed version now? Okay? See that happening. All right? All right. I'm going to read your comments really quick or your questions really quick. And then I'm going to go because I have my check-in. I love that. Ashley, she says, I've been doing your highest timeline challenge, and when I tell you I have shifted. Oh, I'm so happy for you, beautiful. You deserve it. Can you dispel the misconception that everyone as you pushed out means others aren't real and they're puppets? I have the intuition that everyone as you pushed out works both ways and really means that everyone is consciousness pushed out. Okay. So yes, I don't believe that people are puppets. I don't believe that. Now what I will say is that I'm not 100% sure on what I believe when it comes to others in our reality. There's a lot of different beliefs, right? The one that I believe is just everybody is consciousness pushed out. Everybody is creating their own reality, right? And you kind of dovetail, right? Like if I have an assumption that everyone is assholes, right? I have an assumption that everyone is an asshole. And then this other person, this other person has an assumption that nobody knows how to drive, right? And so I'm going to cut him off in traffic, right? And he's going to bang on his horn to confirm everybody is an asshole, right? And I'm going to cut him off in traffic to confirm nobody knows how to drive. So you see what I'm saying? Like all of us are meeting our assumptions at the like, you're coming into, you're dovetailing with the others that can fulfill your assumption. It's like I was saying as well, when I was saying like Tammy and accounting, right? If you have an assumption about somebody being an asshole, you're going to meet them on their bad day, okay? You're not going to see them when they're happy. You're going to meet them on their bad day. You're going to meet them when as soon as they see you, they're in a bad mood now, right? They're in a bad mood now, right? Because they have to fulfill your assumption. Even if they show up and they're acting nice, you're not going to believe that. Oh, she must want something because I know she's an asshole, right? So I don't think that people are puppets. But I do believe, this is what, we were actually reading this in the Neville reading a second ago about free will and how there's not really any free will beyond your assumptions, right? You have to fulfill your own assumptions. You can assume different things, but whatever you assume is what you're going to be doing, okay? So, and I believe it's the same of others, right? People have to fulfill your true assumptions about them and about yourself. All right. So it's not that people are puppets, right? But it is that this is where like the whole, aren't you manipulating people when you're manifesting them or doing this or doing that? But you're doing that anyway. They're already acting on behalf of your assumptions. Okay. They're already acting on behalf of your assumptions. You might as well make a higher assumption. Now, me personally, I live by the golden rule. I treat other people how I want to be treated, period. That's just how I do. So I'm not going to wish harm on people. I'm not going to wish to steal somebody's man, okay? Like, and this is the thing, you guys, like, never mind. I'm going to just leave it alone. But yes, okay? I don't believe that people are puppets, but I believe that we are all influencing each other based off of our assumptions, okay? Natoya, you are so sweet. She's so sweet. Oh my God. My best relationship was with a so-called F-boy, LOL, but he set the standard for everyone after. Yes. Period. Oh, I'm just a sweetie poo. You're so cute, Tava. Yes, you are. Y'all are hilarious in these comments, dude. Princess, you can say whatever you want. So you gotta keep you have a wrench, so you can't say something bad. You can say whatever you want. You should know that. I don't have a filter. Why should you? Wow, Princess, damn. Princess says, imagine how much better the world would change, how much the world would change for the better if we revised people more than we wrote them off. Now that's food for thought. That's real. Why leave them in the bad assumption, right? Welcome in, Beauty Alchemist. Yes, you're a fellow Cancer. Happy belated birthday. Yes, my mom is diabolical. My father is no different, but I'm using them as examples to prove to myself how powerful I am. Y'all, yes, I love that. Okay, I love that. That like, if you're gonna manifest a toxic SP, let it be from that point, right? And let it be from whatever point that you want it to be. Because I told y'all, God told me, don't tell people what to want. Because I was like, I be telling y'all know me. I be like, I don't know why y'all want that man in the first place. Like, no, 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 no. Like, look, you do you. You're on your journey, you know. But let it be that way. Let it be to prove how powerful you are, not to gain some love that you don't already know about yourself, or to validate or confirm something that you don't already know about yourself. Miss Wellness, is that July? Are you here? Hi, if you are. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. My SP is financially unstable and it's triggering. Everything else is great but that. Okay. So see this, decide. In fact, you can just affirm, my man is rich. He's rich. See him doing whatever he does, right? If y'all go out or you don't go out, see him taking you out, see him doing stuff. And y'all, this is the thing. When you're doing something like that, like if someone is financially unstable, this is such a gift that you can give to them, guys. It's such a gift to, like, wouldn't you want that for yourself, y'all? Like, shit, if you was struggling and somebody was like, I'm about to raise her up in my imagination, right? This is true prayer, you guys. True prayer is not, oh, you suck. God, can't you fix this guy? No, it's knowing his true self, right? It's knowing his true self, which is abundance. And this, and I guess I'll leave it on this, okay? The God that is in you is in everyone, okay? There's nobody spared from God. The God that is in you is in everyone, and you get to choose to see it, okay? You get to choose to see it. So your SP actually, he's not financially unstable. He's actually thriving right now, today. He came to you and he was like, oh my God, wow, I just got this incredible new job. They're paying me so much and I love it. And I actually just came across this friend and they want me to invest in this thing and I'm going to make so much money back. And his finances, he's so financially smart. He knows exactly what to do with money to make it grow. And he loves spoiling it. He knows, even though he doesn't know that it was you, he knows it was you. He was like, you know, I just know it's your presence in my life blessed me. Yeah, your presence in my life blessed me. Thank you so much. He loves it. Loves it. He's so rich. He's doing amazing. Wow. He's prospering. He's thriving. You're both thriving because you're in your highest timeline. There's no other way for it to be. Okay? And on that note, I'm intending that this prospers you all immensely, and I'm absolutely sure that it has. I have ways to assist you all in the description. Check it out if you would like to. But other than that, I'm sending you all infinite love, and I will see you guys in a